Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and let's do our Premier League roundup for this week because we have a lot to talk about. And obviously, if you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. And let's get to the video. So starting with Villa versus Man United. This result, Villa 2, Man United 1, did not surprise me. When I was watching, actually before watching the game, I made a video about, it wasn't 11 versus 11, it was just comparing Villa starting 11 with United, even though I got United first 11 wrong, and Villa won that comparison because they are playing very, very well. And I also said in the video that I thought Villa would win this game, and it is what happened. But I'll go into this game. Even though United had good numbers as well, like both teams had good numbers, good stats. As you can see, Villa was slightly better at expected goals, but United had more big chances, more shots and stuff. Villa were very good at capitalizing from the chances that, I wouldn't even say capitalizing from the chances that they created, because their goals, like both of the goals, were based on Morgan Rogers being just insane and scoring bangers. Regarding tactics, I thought that Man United had I would say a very good game, considering how difficult it is to play against Villa away. Villa at home have an insane run. They literally lost only one match this year at home, which is insane. But yes, I would say that tactically speaking, United were good, even though they did not have a lot of players. For example, Casemiro wasn't there, Mbeumo, because he was suspended. Mbeumo is playing the AFCON, Diallo is the same, Delete is injured, Maguire, etc. So they had some players that were not available and players that are important, obviously. And regarding Villa, I think they had a good performance as well. I really liked McGinn. I always get his name wrong for some reason. Morgan Rogers, like, obviously he basically won the game. So in general, I would say that it was a game that could have been a draw, honestly. Like, United's produced enough to score 2 goals, let's say. So a draw 2-2 would be very fair, honestly. Would have been a very fair result. And also I have some notes regarding specifically regarding United to talk about. Looking good-ish, because United are not a bad team, but they're not an excellent team at the moment as well. And the problem is not offensive, because they are second in XG, they are first in shots on target per match, they are third in big chances. So if you look at their stats, in theory, they are very good offensively speaking, or in theory, they are very good at creating opportunities, creating chances. But the problem is, guys, 18th in clean sheets with 1 clean sheet in 17 Premier League games. Like, that is not enough for United. Like, that needs to be improved, obviously. And 15th in goals conceded per match, which again is not enough. It's not good enough for United. And 6th in XG conceded, but in this case, XG conceded is the opposite. So 6th, it is the 6th worst of all. For example, first in this case, if I'm not mistaken, is like Burnley. And in this game against Villa, we saw that we saw how important the formation is to Ruben Amorim, because honestly, guys, I saw reports saying that he was considering, and he also talked about that he was considering playing with 4 at the back in this game because of the injuries, because of the suspended players and stuff. But like, still, he chose to put, I believe it's Heaven, as a centre back, like a 19 years old player, to play against Villa away, because he really wanted to play 3 at the back. And if we see this approach as that's my formation, I will play that formation no matter what happens, then I do think that the most important thing for United in January is not Semenyo. Like, Semenyo would be insane. Semenyo would be very good. If they can sign Semenyo plus a top centre-back, it would be very good for United. But what I'm trying to say is, the stats don't lie. The team produced offensively, but the team conceded too much defensively speaking. So if I were a Man United fan, a Man United supporter, I would probably want a top centre-back. If I could choose one signing, I would go with a top centre-back, honestly. But obviously, guys, if Man United can sign Semenyo plus a top centre-back, like Schlotterbeck from Dortmund, who's like left-footed, tall, good on the ball, like, he would be perfect for Ruben Amorim. That's not a suggestion, by the way, that's just a name that came to my mind now. But like, there are other centre-backs that would be good. But anyway, if United can sign Semenyo plus a very good centre-back, then obviously that would be very good as well. But anyway, regardless of that, I do think that signing a centre-back is a must in January. And I almost forgot to say that Bruno got injured in this game against Villa. I have not seen yet how serious is this injury, but like, obviously, as regarding any player, I hope it is not so serious. So next one, City versus West Ham. Guys, First of all, West Ham do not look good. I think they will be relegated, even though they have Paqueta, Bowen, so like they do have some good players. But honestly, they will be relegated. That said, talking about Manchester City, let's say that City went there, did their job, and that's it. Like another 3 points, another goal, another 2 goals for Haaland. Haaland also got an assist, and because his scoring is not enough for him now, he wants assist. Reinders got a goal. Honestly, City are looking very, very good. They produced 8 big chances, like 8. They could have scored 5, I don't know, 4 or 5 goals in this game. They are just looking scary. I do think that once, like from December onwards, I don't know what happens to them. I believe they lock in and start playing. It's not like they do not play seriously in the first months of the season. I think they acknowledge how important is this part, like the second part of the season, how important it is not to drop points now, keep winning, keep like smashing opponents. And I think that's what they are going to do, or keep doing actually. Honestly, guys, there is no much to be said about this game. Like you can see by the start, or if you watch the game or the highlights, like 16 total shots, 8 big chances, like 2.10 expected goals. The attack momentum map shows how dominant City were. So there's no much to be said about this game other than City just destroyed West Ham. But I do have my note regarding Manchester City. And in 17 games, guys, they have 37 points, 41 goals scored, and 16 goals conceded. Obviously not the best defense because Arsenal have conceded 10 goals in 17 matches, 17 games, which is pretty impressive as well. But regarding scoring, City are just the best, like 41 goals. The second is Arsenal with 31, so like 10 goals difference. And our City are 2 points behind Arsenal, which makes the title race very, very interesting, especially from a neutral perspective, because I don't support City. I also do not support Arsenal, even though I do have red walls. But anyway, this title race is becoming very, very interesting to watch. And I think the title race will be only them two, honestly, like only Arsenal and City, because I don't think Chelsea can make it. I don't think Villa will be in the title race. I do not think Liverpool will be able to recover because like Liverpool already dropped too many points. But I don't know. The Premier League is the Premier League. Let's see what happens in the future. On my next note, 7 wins in the last 7 games in all competitions, guys. Again, as I said, City just entered the, I don't know, title, like, I don't know, shark mode or title addicted mode or serious mode. I'd call it as you want. They're just reaching that very insane performance or level that they usually reach from December onwards. I'm talking about Haaland, like it's just insane. He has 19 goals and 4 assists in 17 games, guys, in the Premier League. I'm not even considering Champions League and stuff. And regarding signings, I don't think City needs actually many signings. I don't actually see what positions would City want players for, because they do have like very good centre backs. O'Reilly has been playing very well as a left back. Chucky right playing very well. Reinders, everyone is playing very well, honestly. I think the last transfer window was so good that City don't actually need any player now. Obviously, guys, unless they can bring, I don't know, like Vini from Madrid, Rodrigo from Madrid as well. Like a very, very top player. Unless they can bring a player at that level, I don't actually think they need anyone. And also, I don't know if that's just rumors, but I heard that City are interested in Steven from Chelsea. Something around £100 million, if I am not mistaken, but like something like that. Anyway, a lot of money. Even if it's true, it is very unlikely that Chelsea would want to sell a very like insane talent that they have. And nothing. Like that's everything I wanted to say about City. So guys, Everton 0, Arsenal 1. Arsenal are getting results. Actually, this performance was good enough for them not to win with 1 goal margin. Actually, they could have scored two goals this game, 2-3 goals. But like Arsenal are getting recent results, close results, let's say, like 1-0 against Everton, 1-0 against, not 1-0, 2-1 against Wolves. But anyway, even when Arsenal do not destroy their opponent, it's very unlikely that they will concede a lot of goals, which makes them win games, like keep winning games. Because if they score once, but their opponents can't score a single goal, then they won 1-0 and that's it. But overall, I would say this game was not so good to watch. Like it was pretty boring, let's say. But anyway, 3 points is 3 points for Arsenal. It does not matter if the game was fun or not. And let's go to my notes. So guys, stability. Arteta's 6th anniversary, like it was very important for him to win. They will celebrate Christmas at the top of the Premier League, maintaining focus on only on their result. Because if they let City be at the top of the Premier League, they will always have to play thinking, okay, we need to win and we need to hope that City will drop points, which is not so likely. Therefore, it is very important for Arsenal to keep winning, keep getting results, keep being this consistent, so maybe they can win the title. And honestly, guys, in my opinion, Arsenal's biggest strength is the squad, because they have players. First of all, they have versatile players who can play in multiple positions, like left back who can play as a centre back, right back who can play as a centre back, like DM who can be a CM, like number 10 who can be a left winger. So not only they have good players for all positions, they also have players who can play in multiple positions, which helps them a lot when they need to rotate players, as we will enter the part of the season where the team needs to play difficult matches and they do not have much time to rest. And obviously I'm talking about difficult matches in the second part of the season, because Arsenal are one of the favourites to win the Champions League. So I predict they will go very far in the Champions League, and therefore they will have a lot of games to play. And just to finish on Arsenal, something very interesting is that they have, like, their goal contributions in the Premier League, like, a very well spread, let's say. Like, Trossard has 7, Eze 6, Merino 6, Saka 5. By the way, Saka needs to impact the results more. Like, a player of his quality needs to get more assists and more goals, in my opinion, obviously. Gyökeres has 5, Rice has 5, Timber has 4. And also, you talk about having to do better. Gyökeres needs to play better for Arsenal, guys. Even though he scored the goal that gave Arsenal 3 points, like, first of all, it was a penalty. Second of all, he was signed to score goals. It is very unlikely that we'll watch a game and say, okay, Gyökeres just played amazingly, but after all, he didn't get a goal. Like, it's very unlikely, because his style is scoring. Like, his style is that he needs to score more goals for Arsenal. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, that is interesting, because if you compare that to other teams like City, for example, they have Haaland, who has way more goal contributions compared to his teammates. But Arsenal are very balanced, let's say, in responsibility regarding goal contributions, even though, again, some players needs to get more starts, I would say. And last but not least, Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2. A game that I did not watch because I was sleeping. Obviously, I need to say that in this case, the game here where I live was around 9 a.m, let's say 9:30 a.m. So I was getting my very good rest. But anyway, I will just give you my general view, because I watched the highlights after, obviously. First, about Newcastle, it is very difficult to play against them away, because they are very, very good playing at home, let's say. And based on the highlights, again, because I did not watch the game, they produced a lot of chances. The stats say that they produced 7 big chances, so they could have scored even more. And regarding Waterman, I remember people saying that he was too hyped and stuff, but anyway, he arrives at the club and he has been getting goals very consistently, which is very good for Newcastle, as they lost a player that is probably one of the best players in the Premier League. I'm talking about Isak, obviously. And regarding Chelsea, even though the performance was not, like, even though they could have lost the game, even though they conceded a lot of chances, after all, they got a point against Newcastle away, which is a very, very good result. And their goal were very beautiful as well, like just a random comment. And also João Pedro, who I said in my video talking about, I don't remember, it was probably the roundup regarding last week, that I said that João Pedro needs to get more starts. He was signed because Chelsea needed a player to get more assists and more goals, especially more goals, like to finish their chances. And that's what he did in this game. He got a goal and therefore a point to Chelsea. And to finish the video, let's go with our quickfire moments, let's say. Wolves will celebrate Christmas with 2 points in 17 games after losing to Brentford at home 2-0. Wolves, guys, will not be in the Premier League next season. Sunderland 6th in the Premier League with 27 points with just 19 goals scored, guys. Like, Sunderland scored as much as West Ham and Burnley, which shows us how important it is to be very stable, let's say, defensively speaking. And in points, 7 points. Chelsea 4th in the Premier League are as close to Villa 3rd in the Premier League as they are to Bournemouth 14th in the league, which shows how tight the competition is at the middle of the table, let's say. And also which shows that the first 3 teams in the Premier League, Arsenal, City and Villa, are getting distance from the other ones. And that was it, guys. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up, because it will help me immensely. Subscribe if you want, obviously. And see you next time. Bye.